Alright, I'm going to pull this bitch out. I've got this switch, which I'm going to add in there this time. I mentioned this in the last video. This was a bit of an ad hoc fix, so we could go to a mate's wedding and have batteries. So I've done that. I'm going to pull that fucking post out and replace it with this switch here. So we've got a way to switch the batteries off. But my only point I can isolate them at the moment is each one of the batteries themselves. So there's a fuse on each one, and I can, where is the fuse gone? Oh, there it is. So I can pop one of those leads off and we won't have power there, or even just back it off and slide the fuse out. So there's one on the front one and one on the back one, so I'll get under there, make this safe, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, getting rid of the Multiplus 2 today and putting the Quattro in, if I've got time. This may stretch into more than one day because I really want to get in here this time and stick the vents in. But in hindsight, where am I going to put that? I'm going to have to put the high vent. Let's have a look. Let's stop speculating. Oh, messing my car. Went to Bunnings, got these things. So if you're not watching from Australia, Bunnings is a hardware store in Australia. I'm not sure what you'd liken it to, but so I'll spray these things black. That goes on the other side of there. Is that going to get me enough heat out? Probably not. What would be better is up there somewhere, right? So that the convection, we're removing the heat from the top of the box. But I just don't know how I'm going to go getting that in there. If I do all the work from the outside, from the inside of the box, you know, that looks alright. I just don't want to cut into the front of the van. This is going to be interesting. The only alternative is I can come in down here and blow fresh air in. But I don't want it just leaving straight through the hole in the door if I put it in the door. So I don't know. How about I'll shut it down, make it safe. As soon as it's safe, I'll we'll deal with how we're going to do the vents once I get the box out. Last time I actually disassembled the Multiplus 2 and put bolts through from this side to the other side. I'm not going to do that this time, and I'm probably just going to cut those bolts off. And actually, I better not, because I might lose metal inside the inverter. That would be dangerous. Alright, I'll make a plan. I'll be back shortly. So, there's me 4 bolts. That's all that's holding the inverter on, and I didn't even use lock nuts on this, you know. Like, there's washers underneath them, spring washers, but I would have thought they were going to rattle free. I was a bit stressed out about it. Alright, I'm going to get them off and go from there. One of the downsides of using the servo controller, so we've set the servo controller up so the relay outputs not only control that DC-DC charger, but they actually also control the loads in the van as well. So because the loads in the van were controlled by the servo controller, as soon as I cut the 52 volt power feed, the servo turned the power off with it, which I hadn't considered. So I might switch this over to run off the 12 volt system instead of the 52 volt, because the 12 volt system keeps going even when I isolate the battery bank. Anyway, you live, you learn. Hopefully the fridge is on gas. Yeah, it is, while we don't have AC. And yeah, I'll rip into it and get this thing swapped over. Alright, nuts are off the other side. All the important wires are undone. The only ones that are in there are the temperature probe, but I'm just going to yank it out the way it is. I don't know if my phone's going to stay. This is probably a bad idea. I'm going to end up with a broken phone, I think. Oh, there it comes. It is fun. Alright, big blank space. One Multiplus 2 inverter. Probably nothing to it, eh? Jesus, it's a bit filthy though. That's alright, I'll get the other one. Well, there we go. Quattro 2. Significantly bigger, but also not only has it twice the charge capacity, so 70 amps opposed to 35, which is the Multiplus 2. Come on, you little bugger. Ow, hard to manoeuvre with only one hand. But 2 AC ins, 2 AC outs. So, happy days. That's kind of like your caravan deal. This is like a full off-grid deal, so you can have multiple generators. You know, you could use shore power and generator, and etc, etc, etc. So because the bolt holes are going to be slightly different, this is going to be a bit of a squeeze. I'm more or less at the maximum of what I can fit already. So I've got a 120mm hole saw out the back. I'm going to go and grab it, make a hole for the fan, probably chuck the fan in now. Going to find a way to make these work. Probably need to do that before I go any further ahead, I reckon. I can do the door work later. I just can't do that work in the back there and risk getting metal shavings in things I don't want metal shavings in. So I might work on that first. What could possibly go wrong here, eh? I'm going to break a wrist, you watch. Alright, so let's get the plan going here. I really only need, should I go right through the centre of that maybe? So if that's the case, about there would be good, I reckon. So right there, and go in the centre of that fucking mark. That'll do him. I really got to get a holder for my GoPro so I can start doing this without having to hold the camera, because I have to keep putting the camera down. I'll be back in a minute. Let you have a go at that, will you? Come on, focus. I think we'll just get through without scraping the other side. So, future Luke here. I don't know what happened, but somehow when I filmed me drilling this hole, and I swear to God I nearly broke my wrist doing it because it kept grabbing and swinging around. I must have knocked the phone over. For some reason it didn't save the video, so that's what the hole ended up looking like though. I mean it's not massive, but I'm going to 3D print something to go there to hold the fan up, which is why I didn't bother filming any more of the hole getting cut. But I definitely filmed a little bit. I did one at the front here as well, which you'll see towards the end of the video. But I've got to fix this door, it's bent. But yeah, I thought that actually looked alright. It's just a little bit annoying that it's the door's bent, and it's actually bent the vent with it. But anyway, back to the video. Alright, so this is the mounting bracket. I didn't use this mounting bracket last time for the Multiplus. That's why I had to take it apart. I popped these 2 bolts directly through the body. But the problem is I couldn't get the screws back in, which is really annoying. So I'm not going to do that this time. I can get screws through the bottom, but that's got to go in there like that. So I think what I have, like around about 600mm overall, will leave me a little space at the bottom, but it's not going to leave a great deal at the top for that air to vent out. So hopefully, I mean, I'll bring that top of that down 100mm, which is going to be like 30mm over the top. And hopefully if I add the extra ventilation, I can move enough air to keep this thing from overheating. We'll see what happens, eh? Yeah. Alright, so the bracket's in. Drop the inverter in now. Hopefully it doesn't run into anything, and we'll drill the holes for the bottom. Whew. So she's a tight old squeeze. I'm not super happy about the strength of that. I'm going to have to put a fucking piece of angle line across the back of it to make it rigid, but otherwise this will do for the minute. Let's start throwing the DC cables on. I've got to call my mate as a Sparky to come do the AC side for me, and then yeah, I'll give it a clean up. Alright, it's all on. Let's see how it goes, eh? I think it's on charge only. So, battery negative, battery positive, yeah, we're all good. Oh, I don't know if I've tightened them up. I haven't. I better do that. We've got a bit of an ominous hum going on in here now that it's on. But I'll get my thermal imaging camera and make sure that we haven't got any loose terminals, because that wouldn't be good. Switch both the battery packs on. Hopefully the 240's on inside the van. Let's have a look. Ah, look out, it's even found the new inverter. Very nice. Alright, so voltage is rising on the 14 volt side, or sorry, the 12 volt side, so that's good. We're discharging at 473. Oh, so that state of charge is now upset. That's not good. I've got to reset that to 60. I'll put my loads back so that they're controlled by the servo again. Now, the thing is, I did this with node red. We're running the large image on the servo controller. Oh yeah, we're good. So the loads have come back on their own. Excellent. All right, so next thing I've got to do is run inside, jump on the VRM portal, and load the assistance into this. So I'll do that now. All right. Well, inverter's back in. I chucked the vents in. I'm a little disappointed in myself. I bent this door when I was down camping with a mate. You can see it's no longer straight. And the problem is, I've gone to the effort of painting that, try and make it look nice. And it just looks like crap because the door's bent. There's not a great deal I can do about it right now. So I think that's it. That's where I'm going to wrap it up, I reckon. I'm going to fire this thing back up, get the batteries charged. That'll do for today. Tomorrow, I'm going to test and see if the AC out 2 driving that relay manually is working the way that I expect it to. Because to be honest with you, I've been saying with a lot of confidence that you can drive that thing manually, but I don't actually know that for sure. So I've got to work on this. So I'm probably going to. I'm not going to put this one here just for show though. What I'm planning on doing is maybe 3D printing something that can hold this instead of putting more holes in it, because I'd rather not do that. Obviously it'll go up there, but then I've got to get another DC 12 volt, sorry 48 12 volt DC converter in here to run the fan, which will operate from the auxiliary relay output on the bottom of the Quattro 2. But that's oh man, my Sparky mate gave me a hard time. So what the hell is this? Clean your workspace up. I'll clean it up when I'm fucking finished, mate. You know what Sparky's like. Tosses. Anyway, friendly tosses. That's it. That's all I'm going to do today. So I'll be back hopefully in the next couple of days with another video. Cheers.